Alright, alarm panel dealers, or anyone interested in becoming one. 2019 is your year to shine, and at Nelly Security we have the perfect tool to help you do just that, the 2 gig Rely panel system. It may not look like much, but this tiny alarm panel is powerful and can revolutionize your business. Are you selling these yet? If not, keep watching to find out why you should be. Hi there, it's Tyler from Nelly Security. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the 2 gig Rely panel kit that you see set up behind me. But before we get to that, I want to take a few moments to talk about the current state of the security business. The security alarm system market is tanking, and it's all because of 3 letters, DIY. You see, people are changing, and when people change, their shopping habits change, and as their shopping habits change, the economy changes. People today are much more likely to hop online and order something rather than go into a physical store. People want to do things themselves, they don't want to have to rely on other people. And this is why DIY products and services are in such high demand right now. And this is exactly what's happening in the security market. Companies like Ring and SimpliFied are offering cheap, easy, do-it-yourself security systems that allow people to purchase online, set things up themselves, and have more control over their security system. People are flocking away from traditional alarm dealers and traditional alarm installations in favor of other simpler turnkey security systems. And this is why the security market is changing. If you are currently an alarm panel dealer, or if you're thinking about jumping into the business, you may have been worried about losing current or potential customers, or even concerned if selling alarm panels is even the thing to be doing in today's market. Well, I do have good news for you. Whether you've been selling alarm panels for years or just getting started, this is the perfect time for you to take advantage of the current situation and really turn it into something that's great for you and your business. Times are changing and we can respond in one of 2 ways. 1, we can do nothing and continue doing business as usual, or 2, we can adapt, adjust our business model, and appeal to a wider base. If you decide to do nothing and continue doing business as usual, that's totally fine, but you have to understand that you're taking a big risk. If instead you think it's time to change and to adapt to the changing market, then we have the perfect tool for you. The 2 gig Rely panel may not look like much, but it really is a powerful tool that can help you revolutionize your business and compete on the same level of companies such as SimpliFied and Ring. The Rely panel. It's affordable, simple, straightforward, and while it may not look like it, this just may be the tool you need to take your business to the next level. Inside the box, you'll find everything you need to get your customers set up with a fully functional alarm system. The PIR sensor provides true motion detection that won't trigger a false alarm. The kit comes with 3 door and window sensors. While the kit only comes with 4 zones total, you can add up to 16 to the Rely panel, including life safety sensors like a smoke or carbon monoxide detector, sold separately at nellysecurity.com. Finally, in your box, you'll find 1 keyring remote. You can add additional keyfobs, up to 8, but your customers can also control the alarm straight from their cell phones. And here's the panel itself. Small, sleek, attractive but not too fancy. The whole panel is about the size of my hand. You can throw this panel on a wall or a desk and it won't take up much space at all. It can simply fade into the background and do what it does best: protect your customers' homes. So the first thing you'll notice about the Rely panel is its size. It's very small. The panel's interface here is super simple. There's not a whole lot of buttons. There's really just a small LCD screen there. Nothing fancy. But that's really what a lot of your customers are wanting. Something small, something simple, something that they can arm and disarm to protect their home. And this alarm panel really is perfect for that. So its simplicity really means 2 things. 1, it's super affordable, and 2, it's super easy to install. So easy, in fact, that even your customers can do it. But the true genius behind this product lies in the background. So before we can really understand how powerful this tool is, we first have to understand how security panels typically work. Now, if you're a seasoned alarm panel dealer, you already know how this whole process works. But if you're just getting started, I know it can be really confusing, so let me try to explain it. The first step is you pick up your alarm panel. Traditionally, it might look something like this. You can see this is quite a bit bigger than the Rely panel. Even just the screen on this panel is only a little bit smaller than the Rely panel as a whole. But this panel on its own has no abilities to communicate. It can't communicate with a server or a computer or a mobile device. On its own, it's pretty much useless. These alarm panels are actually cellular devices, so you have to purchase a cell card separately, either through AT&T or Verizon. You can take a look at the back of this panel. You can see it's pretty complex. There's lots of circuitry. And right here is your cell card. So before you can take this to a customer's house and activate it, you have to install this cell card yourself. The good news is you don't actually have to take care of the cellular service yourself. There's a third party that does that. But you do have to set up an account with an alarm service, either through alarm.com or SecureNet. Once you do that, you have to pay them a small monthly fee. But it doesn't stop there. If you also want to offer 24/7 monitoring for your customers, you have to set up another account with another company called a central monitoring station. The central station is actually the ones that call the cops if an alarm is triggered. So then once you get an account set up with them, you also have to pay them a small monthly fee because your central station is actually a different company from your alarm service. So then once you get all of that process set up, you add up your monthly fee to the alarm service and the monthly fee that you're paying to the central station. You create your own price based on that. You sell these to your customers. You have to go to their house and install this system because they can't do it themselves. And then once everything is ready to go, if an alarm is triggered, the panel will communicate to your alarm service via the cell card that you installed. The alarm service will notify the central station that the alarm has been triggered. The central station will then call your customer, and if necessary, they'll call the cops. If that all sounds like a confusing and convoluted system, that's because it is. And that's exactly why the market is in the state that it's in. Because if we take a look at a company like SimpliSafe, we'll see that they're cutting out all these middlemen. They're finding processes to make this more efficient and more streamlined. In fact, let's take a quick look at SimpliSafe's website just so we can see how they're marketing themselves and what their business model looks like. Check out these key points that they want to make known about their product on the very front page. More protection, less markup, no nonsense. You see, they're marketing their product as a simple, efficient, and streamlined security system that still offers excellent protection. Smaller, faster, stronger. Again, simplicity is the key here. Check this out. Open box, plug it in, start protecting. 97% of our customers set it up by themselves. All right, are you getting the picture here? This is what's working. This is what's selling. This is what's causing such waves in the security market because people are flocking to this kind of business model. Now, let's take a look at how the Rely panel can help you compete with this. You can see that the back of this panel is so much less complex than the back of that other panel. You see no circuitry. You don't even see a place for a cell card. That's because the cell card is already included. When you purchase the Rely panel, you're also purchasing the cell card. Now, it is an AT&T cell card. That's already predetermined for you because everything has already been pre-configured. Since the cell card is already determined for you, that means the alarm service is already determined for you. It's SecureNet. That means if you want to use the Rely panel, you have to set up an account with SecureNet. If you're not already set up with SecureNet, it's super easy. All you have to do is tell your central station that you want a dealer account with SecureNet, and they'll take care of everything for you. They will send your contact information to SecureNet. They'll even take care of the monthly fee. So all you have to do is find a central station, pay them a monthly fee, and let them handle the rest. With the Rely panel, your workflow will look less like this. And more like this. So, do your customers want more security without all the nonsense? They want the Rely panel. Do your customers want something simple, practically invisible, that can just fade into the background and do what it's supposed to do? They want the Rely panel. Are your customers looking for a security system that they can just take out of the box and plug in? They want the Rely panel. And the difference between the Rely panel and SimpliSafe is that when a customer purchases the Rely panel, they are purchasing from you, their trusted dealer. Are you starting to see how this is such a great tool? To sum up, the Rely panel is such a revolutionary tool because it can help you streamline your process and make things as efficient as they can be. It makes things easier for you, the dealer, because 1, you don't have to install the cell card. 2, you don't have to jump through multiple hoops to get this thing set up because your central station will do everything for you. It also makes things easier for your customers and gives you the flexibility to sell this thing to your customers in the way that best fits yours and their needs. Now, let me take you through this whole process so you can see just how simple and powerful this Rely panel system really is. Step 1, contact your central station and let them know you'd like a dealer account with SecureNet. If your central monitoring station doesn't work with SecureNet, that's okay. Check out the links in the description where you can find a convenient list with all the central stations that do work with SecureNet. Once you receive your login information, go ahead and log into your account on the dealer portal. Step 2, order your Rely panel from Nelly Security. You're already buying all your other security equipment from us, so this is the easiest way to get your hands on the alarm panel at the most competitive price. And you can then resell them to your customers. Now, step 3, this is where you have a couple of options. First, you can add this to your current stock of alarm panels and install it just like you would anything else. This really would be a great addition to your line of products because it's cheap It's simple, it's easy to set up and install, and you can still take advantage of the awesome dealer portal that SecureNet offers. Now, if you do plan on installing this kit for your customers, I'll go ahead and show you how fast and easy this installation really is from beginning to end. First, I'm going to connect the battery here.
System disarmed, ready to arm.
Now that battery is just for backup purposes, so I'm going to go ahead and connect the power source. Now, if I were hanging this on a wall, I would go ahead and drill the back panel into the wall where I want the panel to be. Then I would simply snap this back panel back into place. But I'm going to go ahead and set this panel up so that I can set it horizontally on a flat surface like a desk. I'll start by feeding this power cord through the hole here. And I'll plug it into the panel. And now I'm good to go ahead and replace that back panel. I'll take this stand, pop it into place right there, and the panel is now set up and ready to be plugged in. And now that I have that panel set up and connected to the power, if I log in with the username and password that I created when I set up this account, you'll see that I get a welcome message here saying my system is ready to arm. But before I arm the system, let's go ahead and add some sensors. All I'm going to do is scan that QR code, and it'll add it directly to this account and to the panel. So I'm going to install the sensor on the door in the back room. I'm going to call this back room door.
Back room door.
Alright, sweet, so the sensor works. I can go ahead and install it on this door here.
Back room door.
I'll go ahead and tap that arm button and we can see what happens. I have two options. I can arm it and stay in the house, or I can arm it and leave. If I click leave,
System armed away.
now an alarm is going to trigger if that door is opened. I have 30 seconds now to disarm that alarm before it calls my central station.
System disarmed, not ready to arm.
Obviously, I can also disarm this alarm directly from my panel.
System disarmed, ready to arm. Arming stay. System disarmed, ready to arm.
Now, that's only one sensor. You can add up to 16 sensors to the Rely panel, including the 3 door and window sensors, as well as the PIR sensor that comes included in your Rely panel kit. In addition, there are a few other 2 gig sensors that will work with the Rely panel, like this glass break alarm, this smoke, heat, and freeze alarm, and this carbon monoxide alarm. The Rely panel is also compatible with a couple of 2 gig cameras, an indoor Wi-Fi cube camera, and this outdoor weatherproof bullet camera. In order for your customer to be able to add cameras to their Rely panel, they're going to need to be set up with a SecureNet service that includes video. So go ahead and open up your SmartLink Plus application. At the bottom, switch the tab from the home view to the camera view. Tap the screen to add your first camera. Scan the QR code on the back of the camera and follow the on-screen prompts. And it's really that simple. Your customers can now view live video feed from this camera straight from their mobile devices. You can also view your camera's feed from a web browser where you can access other settings and set up events. Here you can link the camera to a particular zone and have it only record video when a particular sensor is triggered. As you can see, this thing is a breeze to set up and install. You'll have your customers up and running with their new Rely panel in no time at all. Now, the second way to sell the Rely panel is actually as a do-it-yourself turnkey system. Basically, you just ship the product to your customers and they'll install it themselves. Now, you can do this a couple of different ways. You can configure everything to your customer before you ship it. Then once they receive it and install it, everything is ready to go. Or you can just let them take control of the whole process using the super easy setup guide on the end user mobile application. If you choose to set it up for them, click the Create Account button. Fill in all the information and create your new customer's account. Now make sure the panel ID matches the ID created with the central station. It may be better to enter it manually instead of automatically, otherwise you could run into some serious issues. Now, just because you've created the account doesn't mean it's active yet. When you're ready to start offering service to your customers, hit the Go Live button here. To add the Rely panel to that account, you'll need to click System and then Add Gateway. Input all the necessary information, including the last 12 digits of the IMEI number found on the side of the box or on the panel itself. You can add sensors and keyfobs if you'd like, although your customer can also do this from the end user app and website. Finally, you need to add a master user to the account so that they can access the panel remotely. You can give them a username and a password, but after they log in for the first time, they'll get a prompt to change their password. And that's it, you're good to go. This Rely panel is now tied to that customer's account. From your dealer portal, you can access all of the settings and configurations, and if you need to put this customer out of service, you can do that too. But like I said earlier, there's an even easier way to get your customer all set up with this turnkey system, and that's to let them configure everything themselves. I'm going to go into my dealer portal, click Activation Codes, and click Generate. I'll input the account ID, and remember this has to match the ID with the central station. And boom, that's it. I'll send an email to the customer with their activation code. Then when they get their Rely panel, they'll download the SmartLink Plus application, click DIY, and use the activation code you just sent them to create their new account. After they do this, all of the details will show up on your dealer portal. You'll have access to all the statistics and configurations as if you set this account up yourself. And that's it, you're done. You can start raking in that recurring monthly income without any additional labor charges, no installation fees, and you've just earned yourself a ton of time, which you can use to sell more Rely panels. The fact that people are moving to companies like SimpliSafe and Ring at an exponential rate just proves the fact that people want simple, do-it-yourself, turnkey security systems. People want simplicity over complexity. People want small, minimalistic security systems that don't have all the bells and whistles of a larger, obtrusive, feature-packed alarm panel. And for that reason, the Rely panel is the perfect tool for you to compete with these companies, for you to expand your customer base, and for you to revolutionize your business. People are changing, and the market is changing, and you have to make a decision today. How are you going to react? Are you going to continue doing business as usual and take that risk? Or are you going to adjust your business model, invest in simple, turnkey, DIY systems like the Rely panel, and allow your business the opportunity to grow? I hope this video helped you determine the next steps that you need to take in your security business. Check out the links in the description to learn more about the 2 gig Rely panel and to purchase your own. As always, if you have any questions at all about the Rely panel, about other 2 gig products, or any other security concerns you may have, don't hesitate to reach out to us anytime. We're always happy to help you figure out the perfect product for your alarm panel and surveillance needs. Thanks so much for watching this video, and we'll catch you in the next one.